Hey, you will have a chance to finish later, but what I wanna get to right now is I want to hear some of your sentences. Hopefully, some of you got a chance to do your double bubble math and write at least two sentences, or find a contrast, something you have different from one of the groups, and something your family has similar with one of the groups. Okay, you don't have to have it written down if you want to just share it, because you know what you have in common with them, or you know what you have difference. You can raise your hand and share it. Okay, but as we look at some of these groups, can somebody from this group please tell me about the Pilgrims? Somebody from this group. Marisol.
The Pilgrims traveled for religious reasons.
Okay. Tell me more. Kind of answer these questions. You can come up here if you want.
The country of origin was they were from.
You can look at your poster here.
They came
look at the.
They came from
class.
England.
Look at your classmates, please.
They came from England. The Pilgrims came from England, and they left in 1620. And they left because for religious reasons, and they traveled by ship. And they arrived in Massachusetts, America. And an interesting fact about them was they wanted to arrive in Virginia, but they got blown out of course.
Very nice, very nice. Did somebody write a sentence that they have in common with the Pilgrims, or something different that they have with the Pilgrims? Ian.
We're both.
Can you share it in a complete sentence?
No. As to my family, I'm European, and to the.
Just like my family.
Just like my family, I'm European.
Just like my family is European.
Just like my family is European, the Pilgrims are European also.
Very nice. Does somebody else have another one about the Pilgrims? Octavio.
My family left Ireland and Scotland because of religious reasons, and Pilgrims left England for religious reasons also.
Very nice, very nice. Juan Diego.
Just as like my family came in a bus and Pilgrims came in Mayflower.
So is that just as, if you're comparing, that similar or is that different?
Different.
That's different. So would you use just as? No, right? It's different. So what can you use? In contrast, different, unlike. So can you write a sentence? Can you put it together that way?
Unlike my family came to the United States in a bus and Pilgrims came in Mayflower.
Okay, so unlike my family came to the United States in a bus, comma, the Pilgrims came on a ship or a boat called the Mayflower. Okay, can somebody put another sentence together for me? Giovanna.
Unlike the Pilgrims arrived to England, my family arrived in Mexico, Michoacan.
Okay, Michoacán, Mexico.
Yeah,
Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, one more, Ben?
The colonists are
Okay, try for the colonists.
in contrast from the colonists, the Mallets are from England and the colonists came from Spain.
Oh,
Came from all around Europe.
they were from England also. So that was something you had in common. Okay, because the colonists were from Europe, right? And so mainly from England. They were kind of from the same place. Okay, somebody else. Nora.
I'm going to do one for the colonists.
Okay.
Just as my family left Italy and came to America for prosperity and opportunities, the colonists also did the same.
Okay. Very nice. So what were the main reasons that basically these groups were coming over? There's three main reasons, really. What was one of the main reasons, Lucero?
For
Religious freedom, religious reason. Okay, what else? Nora?
opportunity.
Opportunity and prosperity. What else? Yes.
Freedom.
Freedom. Again, religious freedom. Yes.
Land.
Land. Okay, so they were coming for those three main reasons. Okay, and your families came for some of those reasons also, right? All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, that was one of the main learnings that I wanted you to learn today, was the reasons people come. But still today, people are coming to America for many different reasons. Okay? For a lot of the same reasons, right? Yes or no? Yeah. Yeah. And so America is called the melting pot. Who can tell me why they call America the melting pot? Yes, Ben.
They call America the melting pot because all the people that live here are from a bunch of different countries, so they kind of all come together and melt together.
Melt together, and they make what's called America, right? So, okay. Yes, Nora.
It's called the melting pot because people from different countries come here, and sometimes they'll meet someone and marry them, and they will have kids that are from different ethnicities.
Okay.
And then it becomes this whole entire mix.
A mix, so kind of mixed together. Very nice, very nice. Okay, here's another question I have for you. People today say that immigrants are coming over, too many immigrants are coming to our country. Okay? And so immigration is a big issue or big topic in our country because there's people that believe that America is a country of immigrants, and so immigrants should be allowed to come here in search of prosperity, freedom, happiness. Okay? But then there's other people who think, no, we don't want immigrants here. Okay? There's too many people in our country already. We don't want more people to come here. Okay? I want you to talk to your partner about that and see what do you think about that? Somebody want to share their idea or what their thoughts about this topic? Because it's, like I say, it's a pretty controversial topic. Yes, Lucero.
What I was talking to my partner is that I agree that immigrants come to this country, but not bad immigrants. What I was telling him is that maybe they can scan their ID and see if they have criminal records, and if they do, then they can't pass. If they don't, then they can pass.
So you think that they should be allowed, but only if they don't have a criminal record. Okay. All right. Good idea. Yes, Otavio.
Me and Eddie were talking about all over. I think it's all over California. Yeah. There's this thing called No B.
Yeah, no,
But does that have to do with immigration?
It sort of does because what B is building more hotels so more people can.
Yeah, it's he's trying to say it's saying the colonists are traveling to places, and when they build stuff that it's taking building stuff like that, and it's taking away land from other people that live there.
Okay. All right. Giovanna.
My idea was that immigrants should be able to come, but they should have their ID, and when they come, they have an idea, and they scan their ID, and it goes into the computer, and then if they don't, and there's a time limit, if they don't leave in 6 months, then they'll go and search for the person and then tell them to.
So immigrants should be allowed to come for just a certain part of time, and then they have to leave?
Yeah.
That's what your idea is? Okay. Catherine?
Maybe what Ben and I were talking about is that they should let a certain amount of people per year come to like the America or United States.
So every year let a certain amount of people come to America and become citizens? Okay. So a little bit at a time, maybe? That's an interesting idea. All right. How do you think the Native Americans felt when the colonists were coming to America? Because they were here, and the colonists who came, or the Europeans were coming. How do you think they felt? Nora?
I think they were shocked and angry. I think they were shocked that there was somewhere else where people were coming from and that there were so many of them. Mm-hmm. And they were also angry because they're just coming and building and taking more than of what they need.
Okay, very nice, very nice. She says they felt angry, shocked. Okay, so that's kind of the way some people feel today, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. Some people feel that today that these immigrants are coming into our country and they're angry, and so they're making these laws. For example, in Arizona, there's laws against immigrants. California, not so much, but there are other states where there is laws against immigrants. And they're angry, and they might be a little shocked because all these immigrants are coming. So how can we address that? How can we find a solution to this? Yes, Ben?
Well, the reason me and Catherine were thinking that a certain amount of people could come in each year is because people will pass away in America, so then that population will go down, so then more people can come in.
Okay, it kind of makes sense, but yeah. Okay, Benjamin?
Maybe before the immigrants think they should come to America, maybe they will try to make their country better, but if they can't, they'll go to America.
Okay, so you guys both think that immigrants should have the opportunity to come? Why? Why should immigrants have the opportunity to come to this country in search of prosperity, in search of freedom, of a better life? Why should we allow them, or why should they be allowed to come to this country? Yes, Diana?
I think for a better life and to help their family where they left to come to California.
Okay, so for a better life, they deserve that. Okay, Chelsea?
Well, why I think they should come is because they're both humans and we both want to live a better life and to have an education.
So they're humans. So they deserve a right for freedom, a right for happiness, a right for prosperity, opportunity. Okay, I like that. Lucero?
And also, they should come here because what if we were those persons who wanted to come here to another place for freedom and to have a better life? I think they would feel the same, so we should let them in because we would feel bad if we couldn't pass to their country if our was really bad.
So kind of put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to go, for example, to Mexico, because in Mexico there's a better life and more opportunity, more prosperity, we would want that opportunity to be able to go, right? Yeah. So kind of treat people the way you want to be treated. So just because they're coming here in the future, it might be the opposite, right? And we're going to want an opportunity to go over there if that's where we're going to have a better life. Very nice. Last thought. Ben?
And like Lucero said, because if we don't let them in, and like you said, what if it's the other way around sometime in the future? If we don't let them in, they're not going to let us in. Yeah. And then, but if we do, they might be paying the favor and let us in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Ian?
I think that maybe we should get some American people and send them to different parts.
You think we should just tell people you need to go somewhere else?
Isn't that what Columbus?
That's kind of taking away their freedom, right? And telling them you need to go over there. Shouldn't they be allowed to be wherever they want?
Yeah. No, different
parts of America.
Oh, the parts of America. Okay. Well, anyways, just to wrap it up here, we are a country of immigrants, right? We're all immigrants, right? And I like what Lucero said. No, Chelsea said it actually. We're all humans, right? And we all have the right to be happy, right? To search for that happiness. And we're going to read about this later when the colonists get together and they write a constitution. We all have the right for happiness, right? Freedom, okay? And so everybody should have that right. And if that means it's going to be in this country, then they should have that right to be here. I also agree with what Lucero said. And again, this is just my opinion. I also agree with what she said. If immigrants are coming to this country to do good things and be productive citizens, that's a good thing, right? It's going to make our country better, right? But if they're coming to do bad things and crime, then we don't really want those people in our country, right? If they're going to make crime and do bad stuff here, then we have to figure that out, right? But immigrants make this country what it is, okay? And we are one of the most powerful countries because of what? Because we're made up of immigrants. We get kind of the best from different places, all right? And we have a rich culture because like Nora said, okay, it's a melting pot. So we get all these cultures coming into our country and we get to enjoy all the good stuff, right? You agree with that? Yeah. And it's kind of like this school. Because we got people from Mexico, we got people from El Salvador, we got people from here, from Sonoma, California, we got people from different places in the world. Okay, we got Philippines, okay, Hungarian, okay. I found out a lot, Italy. So we kind of have a melting pot in here, okay, and we celebrate that, okay, and we all get along, right? It's kind of like our country, okay. Very nice, guys. We will continue studying this. You'll finish your work later today, okay, but very nice, and it's time for lunch, so we're really late to lunch, okay.